Medri Bahri was a medieval kingdom in the Horn of Africa, situated in modern-day Eritrea. It was ruled by the Bahri Negus, whose capital was located at Debarwa. Overview. After the decline of the Kingdom of Axum, the Eritrean highlands were under the domain of Bahri Negus, ruled by the Bahri Negus. The area was then known as Marakal Bar. It was later renamed under Emperor Zara Yaqub as the domain of the Bahri Negus, the Medri Bahri, with its capital at Debarwa. The state's main provinces were Hamasi and Seri that formed one district, and this was politically the most important district in the territory, and Akila Guzai. Later, Akila Guzai rejected the rule of the Bahri Negus and remained independent but was internally divided into several small free districts. The Scottish traveller James Bruce reported in 1770 that Medri Bahri was a distinct political entity from Abyssinia, noting that the two territories were frequently in conflict. The Bahri Negus alternately fought with or against the Abyssinians and the neighboring Muslim Adal Sultanate depending on the geopolitical circumstances. Medri Bahri was thus part of the Christian resistance against Imam Ahmad ibn Ibrahim al-Ghazi of Adal's forces, but later joined the Adalite states and the Ottoman Empire front against Abyssinia in 1572. That 16th century also marked the arrival of the Ottomans, who began making inroads in the Red Sea area. Another British traveller by the name Henry Salt travelled in the interior of Abyssinia by the beginning of the 19th century and described Bahri Negus geographically, politically and economically through his book titled A Voyage to Abyssinia, which was published in 1814. Henry divided Abyssinia into three distinct and independent states. These three great divisions are Tigray, Amhara, and the province of Shoa. Henry considers Tigray as the more powerful state of the three, of circumstance arising from the natural strength of the country, the warlike disposition of its inhabitants, and its vicinity to the seacoast, an advantage that has secured to it the monopoly of all the muskets imported into the country. Then, he divided the kingdom into several provinces as the center where it was considered the seat of the state, being referred as Tigray proper. According to Henry, provinces of the Tigray kingdom includes Endata, Agame, Oiheret, Temban, Shoa and Bahri Negus. Hamasian, a district of Bahri Negus, is the furthest north and narrowest part of Tigray, and Henry places Bet-Azabogus as the people who leave north of Tigray state and Abyssinian Empire. By the time he made his travel in 1809, Gondar was the seat of the empire and it was ruled by the Yeju dynasty under Ras Gugsa, who ruled from 1798 up to 1825 as envoys to the powerless emperors. The territory became an Ottoman province, or a Yale known as the Habesha Yale. Massawa served as the new province's first capital. When the city became of secondary economic importance, the administrative capital was soon moved across the Red Sea to Jeddah. Its headquarters remained there from the end of the 16th century to the early 19th century, with Medina temporarily serving as the capital in the 18th century. The Ottomans were eventually driven out in the last quarter of the 16th century. However, they retained control over the seaboard until the establishment of Italian Eritrea in the late 1800s.